military, the police should not participate in the whole thing. Nobody should intimidate anybody, this and that, because they know, if the thing no go according to plan, northern Nigeria will erupt. If the thing didn't go according to plan on the other way, the entire Nigeria may erupt, especially southern Nigeria. How are they going to react to that? What is going to be the aftermath of that? That's exactly what they are working on. I believe that many of you are probably not working on that. Are you? Are you working on what's going to be after? Like, for example, they do what they do normally. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Would you be like with a wicked?
It's only those who like us who will like them. You do for me, I do for you. You do for me, I do for you. You push me, I push you.
And there's something about him, right? He's one of the one of the dirtiest politicians in Nigeria, one of the horrible ones, okay? But he has kind of every bad person also have their good side, or maybe a bad clock can always be very correct twice in a day, AM and PM. I remember one time, and I won't forget, right? It was the time they were asking that they want to do Ruga, right? And they want the southern Nigeria to give them land to resettle these Fulani terrorists. So they asked Werewike, how far? What would you like to offer this Ruga? This? He said, listen very well. From 1960, they have been taking our oil. They even run different pipes from Niger Delta to everywhere they want to take our oil to. We are not going. They said they want Ruga because of water. There is no water in northern Nigeria. There is enough abundance water in the ocean next to Diboni. Anybody that needs Ruga, if they have the capacity to lay pipeline for crude oil, why can't they lay pipeline into the Atlantic Ocean and start pumping water to northern Nigeria deserts? I mean, that was epic. He did say that, to mind you, in his words.
Nobody can tell me what I should do. I represent the state, so I have a right to speak the mind of my people. So if, because I said I'm not going to participate in whatever they call, I don't know the name, I don't know that I'm not going to participate. You don't need to kill me. I can't participate because I have no land. The little one I have said I'm doing agriculture. So if I give it out, where's the agriculture I'm going to do? But if they say that they want water, then because we lay pipe from here and take our oil to other areas, isn't it? So they can also lay pipe in the Bonny Ocean and then take the water so that the cows can be drinking. At least we have tried to contribute water. But any other thing, I'm not a party. I'm not a party to it.
Honestly, he said that. So it's just a reminder that that is also very much in this old election charade too. You know what I mean? A lot of people have become victims of the Fulani terrorism in Nigeria. Seriously. People have lost a lot, and they are still losing today. Courtesy, APC, Egbekegbe, that has given Fulani terrorists in Nigeria immunity from investigation or prosecution. No joke. Muslim ticket is riling people up all over Nigeria for real, genuinely, including those who are like Muslims themselves. They are sensing something that, hey, if it should happen, nobody will kind of describe what the end will be. I can describe what the end will be. When the shit hit the fan, for real, you are on your way to Afghanistan. And then you can easily call it Nigeristan. Are you with me? So people are triggered, people are reacting, people are worked up, they are scared. And all these are going on behind the scene to what February is going to bring. You know, like I said before, there was this person who a lot of people are actually putting in their own. I know they do again. Yeah, take. I know they do again. APC. I know they do again. Look at this person, right? This person happened to be a former ambassador. Let me take out this so that you can see his possible name. Okay, his name is Ahmed Musa Ibeto. Right, he just dropped his own resignation letter of APC. He is from Niger State. And from what we heard, he happened to be one of those who are like Obasanjo, Joseph, full soldier up north as well, right? He just dropped his letter of resignation from APC, and in his words, listen to this, right? Today, he said, I write you with all sense of humility, respect, and regards as the chairman of APC, Ibelu Central Ward, to convey to you the resignation of my membership of APC Egbekegbe from today, 3rd January 2023. Mr. Chairman, with my many years of active participation in politics and as a former party administrator, an elected official into many political offices, I have come to this conclusion for many reasons, chiefly among which are the absence of unity of purpose among party members and stakeholders occasioned by internal conflicts, unending litigation, internal threats, and counter threats of anti-party activities, lack of genuine reconciliation, coupled with lack of commitment and dedication to the success of the party by many stakeholders. For these obvious reasons, I concluded that if cannot not continue, I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm confused with that, the way they wrote that. Anyway, so yeah, Mr. Chairman, by this resignation, I cease to be a member of the Presidential Campaign Council, Assistant Secretary of the North Central Directorate of Mobilization and all organs and committees of the party. So he said, I thank you, blah, 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 blah. Now, you know why I'm saying this, right? These are just people drafted in to make it look real and legit that APC, Egbekegbe, and Tinubu and gang, they are actually campaigning. If you look at them very well, right? It's not the campaign of having to get you to really, because Kalu himself couldn't really, unaided, unguided, undefended in a way, couldn't corner him and ask him questions. It will be completely lost. You know that? So they have to, they have to start using what they call the basement campaign strategy. You will never really see him. And if you have ever going to see him, it has to be a stage, a stage that they actually set up themselves. The script written by them. And all of this, right, pointed to one thing, the doom that is looming. However, it be like, say, Obasanjo and don't they touch some of the people who have been hibernating with Buhari. Now that it won't be Buhari, you know what I mean? Kalu might be might be up for something. I've told you this. Kalu is not interested in all of this. If you like, join. If you like, no join. If you like, endorse. If you like, no endorse. What they are working with is that they have built their own data and they believe strongly in that data. All they have to do is to move those into the INEC, INEC voting system. Whatever is it going to take, fight it, bruise it, and get it all passed through. You will witness it. You will see all this forcefulness, right? But they are scared somehow of what your reactions will be if the end result shows that they have rigged you once again. They have muzzled you once again. The system has warned you again. Would you go back to your cocoon and all that? That is their main worry. Well, I've been told. They're not worried that they are losing. They're not worried, we are going to lose. Mayegun Jagaba is going to be your president in 2023. It's not because you, Danfodio, it's not because of you that is going to be that. It is because he has enough resources, he has the incumbency, and they can use all of that to muzzle everybody and give him to you. But would they be able to do that? Well, I think that's the worry. And that is why they have to make it look so legit, genuine, as much as possible, as you are witnessing right now. Well, all the best. and good luck to you. Talking about the person they endorsed, Obi himself, I didn't have much on him, but I got this, and I was told that he was visiting the wife of the late Biafran leader, late Chief Odimegu Ojukwu, his wife, Bianca.
You know, what we are moving towards is a very defiant moment. We're marching towards a very defining and decisive moment in Nigeria's political history. We're seeing a momentum like we have never seen before. And we're seeing a Nigerian of Igbo extraction who has invaded the socio-cultural political landscape like a hurricane. Of course, Mr. Peter Obi, we know of his capacity, having been the first two-term governor in the history of Anambra State. We also know that he did one very, very significant, important thing, which is that he brought.
Sorry about the volume, okay? The audio is so low. I'm sorry. I've got another one, and I think that's Obi himself also responding to media in front of Ojukwu's home. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's loud enough.
Like I said before, this is my home. But in any case, also came to what I can call consultation to be able to brief and update one of those I consider my leader, the purpose of my journey, what I'm doing, my commitment to a new Nigeria. Well, it's tough, it is, but I'm urging all Nigerians to believe that a new Nigeria is possible. My commitment is that we can turn around it, and I ask them to hold me responsible, because I'm not going to change it overnight. But we want to be on the path that other nations are, where we know we're making progress in the right direction. And that's the one that says, hold me responsible, and I'll provide them. We want to be able to have a clear, measurable target that we're following, everybody can see. So, for example, if you say we're putting people on performance, we want to know the number we achieve annually and progress like that. We want to be able to say we're going to provide free, primary health care. This is the policy, this is what we're doing. And everybody can see whatever we do visibly.
Do you have any message to the masses concerning the applications to the
Go and collect your votes. TBC. This is an existential election for the country. It is important. We must start building a new Nigeria. We must review.
He's promising them new Nigeria that is possible, he said. And the establishment somehow believe that he is a threat. Some of you, even some of you, will look at them and laugh behind your back. Behind the scene, you are worried that they could probably surprise you. And I don't understand. That's something I don't understand. There are many of you who believe that this is just, you know what I mean? But if you really pay attention to what is going on in Nigeria, you will think this guy actually controls the entire 36 states in Nigeria, and he could pull a stunt that will shock everybody. Now, they believe they could do it. The establishment and the Buhari idiots, the Lagos Abobakus, the articulated morons, the Mekano, the Mekamites, as they call them, or Agbadorians, all these people believe that they are nothing. But guess what? Almost every day, it's like a unison. I don't know if you have noticed that. Then I begin to look at him. I said, is this not the same Obi? This Obi now. You believe that it's a pure waste of time, but if you check out the energy, they are. So that then give me an idea. This is the idea. It is either this all obedient thing is a fluke. It's not real. Meanwhile, people believe that if they make it to the poll, is when they will prove if they are real or not. Fine. Okay. However, the people who are really established, I'm talking about those who have what it takes, including the incumbents, they are making us feel like there is something about this Obi that we don't know, or this Tia movement that we have no idea of, and they are worried that thing could bring an end to them. Yes or no, true or false, we have no idea. But when you gauge their reactions, you begin to ask, say this will be this one now. The obedient that have they don't get secretariat or here, what have you. What is going on? Why is everybody cooking hateful, hatred, hateful, divisive, vile messages, and they are directed at them, gaslighting them? And I begin to be like, okay, now two things. It is either they are doing that to shout them out so that when they finally, if they lose the election in 2023, or maybe if they are rigged, they've already managed to gang up and shout them down. So they won't be able to say they rig us or fight. That's what I'm thinking of. Or somehow, they are trying to set the stage for the violence that will happen in two ways. If for any reason you wake up the following morning, person we no get governor, we no get anything, we no get secretariat or any what have you, they can't say he's leading in the election. Riot will start from anywhere, because that's a shocker. That will surprise so many people, including Lagos Abobaku. How is that possible? Then imagine in Nigeria in another 2 months, or in the next 7 weeks, so just imagine a shocker. I'm talking about a shocker here. Let me explain again. The obedient are considered to be irritants by the supporters of PDP, APC. And somehow, PDP, APC, they agreed in tackling the obedient, yeah? So, they see them as irritants. So, in my own view, they are using the shouting tactic, a bullying tactic, to say you are evil, you are devil, because of Obi, you are trying to, you know what I mean? You are IPOB, you are Igbo. If you support Obi, you are Omoale, you are a bastard. They are setting the stage. So that because when those ones are reacting back and say, you be bastard, now your papa be weary, now your mama be Oloshi, now this, so that means they can collectively say, because they will be more than them, they believe they are more than them, PDP, APC. So they can collectively say, now disobedient won't create wahala. What is that wahala? I'll tell you. Waiting at the sense of. If Tinubu is declared, or Atifku, if they say Tinubu or Atifku, naturally obedient go say na rigging. Naturally, ordinarily, they will say it. Now, if the rigging is so obvious that the whole country is already boiling side by side, sure you get. So PDP, APC, don't feel surprised though, that they can easily bully all of you and say, shut up your mouth, we tell you, we told you will learn a lesson. But some of you who feel like you are cheated, at that point, since they are more, they can be able to use that moment to shut you up. You won't be able to fight. All of you will just disappear. Only a few people will be saying, we are going to protest tomorrow. We are going to go and gather there tomorrow. We are, you know what I mean? People, but here is the shocker. So if their shouting is to suppress you before then, because of what they believe that you are likely going to do, maybe they will be able to win that. But the shocker, if for some reason we go to bed, we wake up the following morning, they say Obi is leading, this one is following, that one is trailing, wahala go begin to cook. You know what that wahala will be? Because nobody here Me personally, I won't believe that. I'm not expecting that. I'm not expecting Obi to pull any surprise. But I actually want to see it. Seriously, I want to see it. If, So those who have been like, what? Impossible. It is impossible. Laye, something must be going on. And as they cook up, let me tell you why I'm saying this. In 2011, Buhari, that has been contesting to be president of Nigeria since 2003, he contested in 2003. He contested in 2007. Then third time in 2011, when he contested, he lost. But the impression up north was that he had enough number to win. They didn't believe there are other places in Nigeria that will likely ever exist or determine election. So immediately they said Buhari didn't win. Now Jonathan win. Automatically turned to religious war. Guess what? Buhari supporters and the rest of them, from Bauchi to Kano, from Kano to Niger, Kebbi to Jigawa, everywhere, they started burning properties and started going after people who they believe that conspired to stop an holy man from being president of Nigeria. 470-something people were killed in a space of 2 days across northern Nigeria because they didn't believe it. That's the shocker. Imagine an average northerner from Kano waking up and hearing the news. Peter Obi is leading in Kano. He's leading, yeah, I know. Look at you. You are saying it's impossible. It will never happen. I'm just saying, I said the shocker. Imagine that now happen. Even some of you in Lagos, the Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Alimajiris, the Alakpama Shishes, Oliatoles, the fine barras, pickpockets, the all-risers, crumb eaters, crumb chasers, ass lickers, humbled slaves, obedient fools, and sophisticated morons. You are not going to believe it. I'm just saying shock out. Nobody say me, again, if I get abracadabra, have you try them out? So I could see all of you, they break bottle for your head. Like, what's up, Obi lead the league? Oh, there. I bolonche majority. Even the place where MC Olueron comes from, now Igbo man, be the House of Representative representing there. You don't know. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. Because a lot of you are just push and go morons who can't think, old and young. But here it is. You'll be shocked. Laye, kole possible. What you go do? You go sawahala. Now, the obedient are saying that if you come anyhow, you feel see anyhow. As they themselves as well, they are not going to be working all by themselves on that day, since they know those they are dealing with. So, I'm just giving you a scenario here. Just scenario. So, anyhow, anyone who is following or who has been following the political event in Nigeria, we know that, you see this 2023, if you get money for bank, go withdraw them, buy food, buy first aid medication, buy face mask, buy gas mask, buy anything. Where we say, Akotolokada, take them to the welder, tell them to remove the cover, may they help you cast another iron under the Akoto. Get yourselves ready. I'm not a prophet of doom. I am just somebody who could put 1 and 2 together. Past incidents, the current happenings, rhetorics of these characters, their desperation and what they are putting into all of these. Then they are losing ground. It seems that everything seems to be working not the way they planned it. Now, if the shocker should happen to that system, the system, even though the system will finally try and find the ways to win if you are not ready or prepared, right? But the system will be shaken to its core to avoid all of that, to avoid giving you that strength, to avoid giving you that chance, is the only thing APC Egbekegbe is investing their money on now. How do we make more people never to reject whatever is going to happen? The journalists, the elites, the business personalities, actors and actresses, they are recruiting all these people for what is still going to come. Or you see me, Mayegun, I just did like, they do my Oya Ifá Olókun asọ̀rọ̀ dayọ̀ ẹlẹ́rìí ìpín má fi ibi pèrè má fi re pé ibi give me one sign. Oya fún mi ní 7 fún mi ní 8. At the end of the day, whatever tó bá ti wá, oya lọ check here. I could put the whole thing before you. There are so many because of the happenings, as well as when you build on that antecedent happenings now, you can project. It's so easy. So if they manage, and since I have known APC, seriously, they have never been good at anything. Nothing. It's just that they have been so bullish enough, right? That they don't take responsibility. Therefore, they don't owe anybody any responsibility. Now, for the first time, they are likely going to be challenged by something they never prepared for. And that's where I am, to capture the moment. So the next few days now, if they say, G5 endorse Peter Obi, I go come here and say, they don't endorse them, Oya will follow them. So that until we start counting, today is 56 days, Abi. Is it 55 days before your election, Abi? Now 55 days, Abi, 53 days, Abi, 50, whatever days, we will count them together until that moment will come, and it could be the defining moment that will shape and change the history of Nigeria forever. I don't know if you are ready for that. I'm going to tell myself that I am mostly, you know what I mean? I am mostly for the order, which is how prepared are we? I am more interested in the aftermath of what will happen and the one that will happen after that and after that and after that. So as a person, the last time we decided that we're going to stop talking. Sure, you remember? We said, we're going to stop talking. We are going to start acting so that we can begin to take record of our own actions that could also lead us out of this whole mess. I strongly believe that, sure, we need to understand the political happenings in Nigeria, the political actors and their intentions, their what do you call it, their plans and whatever they are doing, which is never in your interest. Once you have an idea of that much, right, it will be easier for you to be like Mayegun. Me, as Mayegun right now, I am now like an eagle, right, who have a chance of seeing through the lies that some of you are investing your emotion, your time, your money, your life, based on the nonsense and the lies these guys have been telling you. This is their season. They will lie to you. Mayegun as eagle is here to help those who never want to fall into that trap. Don't ever ask me, Mayegun, who are you supporting? You can't be that dumb. Are you that dumb? Like, is this your first time on Mayegun's Diary Political? Mayegun, are you now supporting Obi? Are you that stupid or foolish? It is all explained and then better understood by those who are, I believe, should be smarter. You can't be that stupid that you are following Mayegun's Diary Political all this while, and you are so dumb that in 2023, you are asking Mayegun, who is Mayegun supporting? And who should we vote for? Even if you get that sort of sawdust brain, Baba, now where they talk, you see, haven't got it, Abi? I am not interested in your charade, but because the fact that Nigeria still exists, and whatever happens, whatever you do in that contraption, whether we support it or part of it or not part of it, in fact, we are not part of it, right? Now, not being part of it hasn't spared us from the consequences, as well as the burning consequences of many of your decisions. The ways that are electing their criminal leaders. Are you with me? So we have decided that, hang on, we didn't see this coming. If obedience can rile you this much, they will be your karma. But on this platform, and Mayegun as the general overseer of the Temple of Truth, who stands so firm for a day or any process that will lead to total disintegration of Nigeria. Do you understand that? The peaceful, total disintegration and breakup of Nigeria. Do you know what I do on Mayegun's Diary Political? I spend my time to explain to people why it is the right thing to do to break up Nigeria. How do you think I will explain to them? Just come here and say, hey, we are. No. I have to use the Olori Brukus that some of you are defending and rooting for. The consequences of what they have done before and the consequences of what they are doing right now, yeah, without joining the bandwagon of those who are going to be praying. Let us say, now only God will save us. I don't belong to that bandwagon. I belong to the generation that believe that the whole thing is wrong from the onset. If the same lie they told your parents, if you haven't seen the consequences of the lies they told your parents yet, they are going to say the same thing to you, and your own children would have to face the consequences of your own foolishness too for believing that Nigeria is for you. We have said that. So how do you want me to explain to people why Nigeria will never work? Why Nigeria and everybody should go their separate ways, just like we were before we were forced together? By telling them on this and by exposing all the madness, all of these deceits, by making people see through them so that they will stop building up on them. Sure, you get? There are many of you, Olori Bruko, Olori Lasons, born to suffer heads, that will lick the asses of the criminals who brought this misfortune and backwardness upon you, generation from generation to generation. You will defend them with everything because I saw your papa and your mama, possibly some people before you, defending the criminals who lived around at their own time. So me as a Mayegun, if I want to tell you to break away from Nigeria, that if you love Nigeria, if you do, save us all, please. Let everybody go their separate ways. That's not too much to ask. You can continue to say, lie, Nigeria will never break. I mean, I will continue to remind you that, so from every day, you will continue to be a victim. If you live long enough, you will suffer long enough. That's what Nigeria represents. And unfortunately, as long as Nigeria exists, all of us are still going to be part and parcel of the stakeholders of it because we are sharing in the consequences of your madness, your greed and selfishness, your self-centeredness, including the rogues that you are electing as well. Everybody is suffering it, from economy to security, from education to health, from infrastructure to what? Agriculture. Yes, you are suffering it. Everybody is paying its price. That is why somebody like Mayegun will never stop asking. But if you don't believe me, pay attention very well. If you live long enough, you are going to agree with me. And by the time you agree with me, then I will have this shoulder to remind you, it's not too late. It's never too late. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm never going to be tired. So we decided that we are not just going to be talking anymore. We're going to be taking actions. We are going to be getting involved. We are going to do our best to detach our people, that these people continue to make poorer and poorer and poorer so that they can continue to use them again and again and again to renew this slavish license that keeps us as part of Nigeria. So what do? Then we go and meet the people themselves, befriend them, bring them on board, make them a force, make them a very strong voice and force that even the nature, as they say, the force of nature, will not be able to stand. Give them a conviction. Give them a belief. Tell them they could do it. If they believe they could do it, give them the tools, the support, the guide, and everything they need, and watch them transform to this Spartacus 300. You will live longer to see also. And I love it when people doubt us. I love it. I don't like it. I love it when you doubt us and say things. So just few days ago, towards the end of last year, we decided to, you know what I mean, to reach out to 500, in fact, 600 families, aged people across Yoruba land, with our Yoruba Union end of the year food family support program. Quite interesting. But there are more from where that came from. The people who came together to put their resources together to support other Yorubas and then, introduce different other things like a training and so many other supports right now, okay, in the incubator being cooked as we speak. So we intend, after the success of that, Now we intend to take it a little bit further. And this time around, we want to give our support to the school children. Guess what? I was sent some new designs, and when they gave me a quote, they told me that I said, what if we decide to print 100,000 copies of exercise books? Printed on them will be information about the Yoruba Union, our own, Yoruba, some top-notch Yoruba history, alphabet, and few things that they could just carry about as students, and that can go up to 10,000 school students. That's massive. So, which means we can do up to 1,500 children per state. So I sent in this proposal. I said, somebody should give me a quote. And guess what came back? They said the cheapest we could get is going to cost us to get 100,000 copies of exercise books. Wow. So it's going to cost us about 27 million naira. 26.5 million naira was the bill. That's almost 27 million naira. But it is not impossible, is it? So we're going to launch that this weekend, where we're going to raise the money. Whatever we can raise, we're going to do it. We will do it. And every means of putting all these resources together, we're going to lay them bare in the coming days. So I got this, some design, right? Oh, what about that? An exercise book cover, 80 leaves. You know what I mean? With this Yoruba Union and all the stuff, 80 leaves. And each child or each student will take 10 of them, 100,000 copies to be sent around. And then, and we also intend to pick up the tuition, the school fees of some of, because I've been told, right? I just said that recently, okay, that there are so many parents in our communities in Yoruba land who are no longer sending their children to the public schools, okay, simply because they can no longer afford public schools. That was so strange. So they take their children to the private schools, because in those private schools, they could give those children 200 naira a day. So which means they will give those children like 100 naira a day. So for a week, that's 500 naira. So that's the school fees. I was like, wow, how is that even normal? How did you get there? How did you get here, as they say? I said, well, anyway, so if Yoruba Union is going to put all of this into our program and all of that, I wouldn't mind us picking up some bills. Like, for example, let me tell you, for example, if somebody writes us a check of 1.5 million naira, 1.5 million naira, right? We can give at least 150 students, school children, primary school children, or what have you. We can give them 10,000 naira each that could pay for weeks of their own education or what have you in those private schools. So we have met a lot of people, and we've managed to make sure that the message, the conversation is around why, how can we work together as a people, build a unified force, voice, right? And use that same voice, right, for something good, starting with our people. I am going to tell you more about this in the coming days. We are going to start the fundraiser for this project. Now, we're going to start that on Friday. Friday is going to be, the 5th or the 6th of January. And we're going to raise this fund until the 24th of January. And then that's when we're going to be sure if we are going to do this. Please join me, please. You don't even need to like me. If you love supporting people, reaching out to people, and you are Yoruba, even non-Yoruba, you can join us when that time comes. Give us this and you will love it. The last time we were out, it was so wonderful. I'm going to show you this, Ilefe.
sọ tẹ́ ẹ̀ sọ yẹ́ẹ̀lì àwọn kan tún máa gbowó ojúmọ́ lọ́wọ́ yín gbogbo àwọn tó wá ní wá lára ẹ̀kọ́ ọ̀fẹ́ lọ ní ìjà àwọn ọmọ tí yín lọ léèwé ọ̀fẹ́ kí ni tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe gan ìbáṣepọ̀ wa pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà regional system of government lọ ṣe ní 1950 something or 55 to 57 thereabout. pé owó tá a bá pa nífẹ̀ẹ́ Ifẹ̀ láti máa ná nǹkan wa owó tá a bá pa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ Èkó láti máa ná owó tá a bá pa ní south west kò lọ Àbújá south west lọ ti máa ná ìyẹn ò ṣẹlẹ̀ mọ́ báyìí sì ni. Gombe State kò tó gbogbo èrò rẹ̀ tó gbogbo èrò lẹ́fẹ̀ẹ́ ọ́ Bauchi State èrò ẹ̀ tó gbogbo èrò lẹ́fẹ̀ẹ́ wọ́n tún yọ Gombe láàrin because bí state bá ṣe pọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ wọn sí ló ṣe máa gbowó sí owó tó ń gbà pọ̀ ló ti ń wá south west ló ti wá. gbogbo àlùmọ́nì wa òun ló kó dání ọtún lọ́ọ́ máa gbomi lọ́wọ́ yín báyìí. Because bí gbogbo aṣèjókòó yìí local government ni wá láyé ara wa báwo la ṣe jẹ́ local government tí nẹ́pọ̀ bá fún wa ná àáfàá wa fúnra wa iṣẹ́ ìjọba nìyẹn tí wọn bá fún wa lómi iṣẹ́ la gbẹ́bọ̀ ò sínú ilé ara wa iṣẹ́ ìjọba ni iṣẹ́ omi tẹ wá gbé sínú ilé yìí yẹn ìwòsàn tẹ omi tó wà nínú ilé yìí ìjọba tilẹ̀ máa sanwó fún báyìí sí Ọ̀ṣun Òṣogbo tẹ́ ẹ̀ lọ ṣe wọ́n gba láísẹ̀nsì o ọba ilé gba láísẹ̀nsì ẹ̀ mọ̀ sanwó kẹ́ tó lọ Ọ̀ṣun Òṣogbo ni o.
Agbára tẹ́ ẹ fi ṣe tí ó sì ṣe ti ọdún àgbébọ̀. Ẹ̀mí yóò ti dágbére lóyún. Ṣé ẹ rí tẹ̀sán ó bá lára ẹ̀ lè sóye yóò. Ẹyin àti gbọ́rọ̀ ìfẹ́ ẹ̀ mú wáyé. Díẹ̀ ó ti pẹ́ díẹ̀ lóye tó ti mọ̀ pé àdàdúró èmi gan gbàdúrà rẹ̀ lójoojúmọ́ pé kọ́lọ̀ jẹ́ kí ṣe é ṣe àti tó bá ṣe é ṣe ìrọ̀rùn gidi ọ̀rọ̀ ẹyẹ kọ́lọ̀ àjẹ́ kí o gbogbo wa lọ́rùn àbírí ìlera wọ́n máa wá lóko ajá fún o orí àrà ti gòkè odò afárá tó dá gẹ́gẹ́rẹ́ lókun ọ̀fà Thailand lò àmọ́ kí wọ́n máa wá kí wọ́n lè ní ìsinmi lọ́jọ́ iwájú ìgbẹ́ bá ṣe gbọ́rọ̀ eríṣiríṣi tó kí tó máa gbogbo tọ́lọ́sẹ̀lú tá a ṣe nàìjíríà àríní sóńdì olíà àríní jẹ bí wọn bá gbé gàrí láìsí abọ́ méjì agolo méjì fún wa àmọ̀ gbé sájà àmọ̀ pé nígbà tó oúnjẹ ní ìkúrú oúnjẹ bá kúrú tá a lé lùbọ̀ lé tá a láta lé tá a níyọ̀ lé éèdì ní wọ́n máa sá tẹ̀lé náà.
ẹni wọ́n wá bí gbà.
ẹlòmí ọ̀tí ẹ̀ ní dá sí àmì ẹ̀yẹ kí ni wọ́n ṣe àmọ́ gbà tí ẹ̀yìn dé ìtọ́lé dé ìtọ́lé ìtọ́lé ìdìbò rábàdàn àbọ̀rọ̀ tẹ̀sán láàárọ̀ ó dùn mọ́ gbogbo wa nínú a sì mọ̀ pé lágbára Ọlọ́run lágbára ẹni olóòrò ayọ̀ àti jẹ̀mí ni bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó yìí.
ní ayé western region àwọn ọmọ pé àti ìṣẹ́gun ó kéré púpọ̀ àwọn ọmọ orí ìlú nígbà tí a gba òmìnira independent 1960 wọ́n máa ń fún àwa ní oúnjẹ ìwé ọ̀fẹ́ àmú nǹkan àmú mìíràn ní skul inú wọn máa ń dùn gan ayọ̀ wọn máa ń kún ṣé ẹ rí nígbà náà nígbà tá à ń wí yìí wọ́n bá lè sọ pé tí wọ́n sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan wọn ni pé wọ́n ní Yorùbá nígbà táwa ní western region yẹn Yorùbá nínú owó tá a ń rí náà fi kọ́ Ògo house Ìbàdàn owó táwọn bàbá wa rí nígbà tí wọ́n bá kó jọ díẹ̀ ni wọ́n sọ sókè gẹ́gẹ́ bí nǹkan tó sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn mi ò kéré àwọn ọmọ oríire yẹn pé owó ìgbà náà ó náà fi ṣe àwọn títì kélébékélébé yẹn ó dẹ̀ títì yẹn dẹ̀ strong nígbà yìí bàbá wú lọ́wọ́ títì yẹn strong gan gbogbo ọdún tí wọ́n ṣe nígbà yẹn ó sì kù díẹ̀ díẹ̀ tá a sì ń fojú rí láwọn títì wọ̀nyẹn tó gba gbogbo lọ lónìí níta wá ń sọ yìí pẹ̀lú tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nígbà yẹn olúwa ẹ̀ máa já sí èmi gbàdúrà lórúkọ Jésù yóò bọ̀ sí.
sọ fáwọn èèyàn wọn pé mo ti sọ nǹkan kan lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé tí ọpọlọ ò bá ṣiṣẹ́ tààrà ohun tójú á máa rí ohun tọpọlọ bá ní kó process.
ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé ká yàn pé àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ ọmọ mi bọ̀rọ̀ ṣe ń lọ lélẹ́yìí o ibi tá a máa tẹ̀sí lélẹ́ èmi mo sàbí ọ ọyàn méjèèjì ló wù tó ti yé yín màmá so ẹ jẹ́ ká bá àwọn ọmọ wa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Yorùbá nation yìí oko ẹrú tá a wà yìí Ọlọ́run ti gbé wa jáde o adé máa débẹ̀ lórúkọ Jésù ẹ̀mí wa ò ní bọ́ ikú òjijì ò dẹ̀ ní pa wá mo rọ gbogbo àwọn ìyá àti bàbá mi bíbá ẹ jọ nítorí Ọlọ́run ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé ká kúrò ní oko ẹrú ló ti gbé wa jù.
kí làwọn fẹ́ o. Yorùbá nation làwọn fẹ́ o. Màmá kí lẹ fẹ́ o. Yorùbá nation làwọn fẹ́ o. Bàbá kí lẹ fẹ́ o. Yorùbá nation làwọn fẹ́ o. Kí lẹ fẹ́ o. Yorùbá nation làwọn fẹ́ o. Olódùduwà kí lẹ fẹ́ o. Yorùbá nation làwọn fẹ́ o. Yorùbá nation.
Orúkọ mi ni.
That's a nice one, though. So, yes, we did that just a while back, okay? And then I have to continue to say thank you to everybody who participated in raising that fund, okay? Somebody said that it's a waste of money. Alaye, it is our money, my money, other people's money, our money. If you feel like it is a waste of money, okay, don't ever put your money into it. All right. And then it has always been voluntary. Okay. So we call this crowdfunding and reaching out. And it is not for any individual or what have you. So we are grateful to those who have volunteered to help us take all these messages to the people we are putting them together for in a way. So thank you. And then you, Olori Majadi, Olori Bigbe, that call this a scam, don't worry, okay? If you probably feel like it is one, don't ever put your money where you'll be scammed, okay? And then all of us who are actually doing this, I don't think, I mean, we are complaining. You know what I mean? So on Friday, we are going to have Princess Balogun with us, Queen B. So she is going to come and do all of the accounts of what we did when we went to see our own people just around Yoruba land. So we were in Ijebu in Ogun State. We were there in Ibadan in Oyo. We were there in Ile-Ife in Osun. We went to Akure in Ondo. We went to Ado-Ekiti in Ekiti. We were at Ilorin in Kwara State. So we were also at Ikorodu in Lagos. So we did all of this, sharing, our own end of the year package, which was for 600 families eventually. So Princess will be here on Friday to give us the account of what they spent on and if we have any money left. Well, she did tell me that we have money left. I love that. So, which means that I love keeping money, like, you don't spend all your money, especially if you are an organization. Don't finish all your money at once because they are always going to be handy. And money is very scarce, by the way. So we are grateful that on this platform, on Mayegun's Diary Politico, we raised a total of 1.8 million naira at the time when we were making our payments and then purchases. So, and personally, from our savings, I have to add another 1 million to that. So from this platform, we were able to provide 2.7 million naira as the first forward payment for this exercise. And while we're doing it and doing all of that, over 600,000 naira were donated into the provided naira account. And then today, everything we did, from what I have been told, is just somehow slightly above 3 million naira, all that successes. So which makes sense to me. So she will be here on Friday to give us the account of what she did and her team. Then we'll move on from there to our next project. I just thought I should say that to you. Keep that in mind. So again, we would love people who are going to call us names and then who are going to doubt us to do so. And then right here on Mayegun's Diary Political, in another few days or weeks, you are going to be sitting down there, right there on that your couch, even on your phone or wherever you are right now watching Mayegun. You're going to sit down there, right? And you're going to see the video of these thousands of school children who are going to be benefiting from something, the idea that you are hearing about for the first time tonight. So it's up to us. And thank you very much to everybody who has turned up on the Telegram, okay? So this time around, we are going to have to do what is called the aggressive fundraiser to be able to match our target. Our target is going to be somewhere around 27 million naira. Can we do it? I want to believe that we can if I really, really get it serious. And I'm serious about it. We need to provide 100,000 exercise books with the information about Yoruba Union, Yoruba land, and every other current affairs of Yoruba land printed on them. 80 leaves. You know what I mean? 80 leaves exercise books. And that will be 10 per child. And we are targeting, or we will be targeting 10,000 school children. Can you help us? Would you help us? I'm going to be here to release all of the platforms that we're going to raise the funds from. And if we can do this, which I believe we can, oh no. I'm going to be on top of the world because I want to see them. I want to see the joy on their faces. I want to see those families. I want to see the people who are going to benefit. I don't know them. You don't know them, but you're going to see them. You know what I mean? And there are so many other wonderful programs that are planned, that are coming up. All of this are just to create community engagement. Do you understand? It's not about the book. It's not about the food. It's not about the health support. It's not just about what we give to them. Because what we are giving to them is beyond those material things you are seeing. It is the opportunity to engage them. Remain consistent with those engagements. Befriend them. Let them trust us. And then you will see what we are going to do together the moment they are on our side. You probably haven't, this is something you have never seen before. And I've told people, we are not perfect. We are ready to make mistakes, learn from our mistakes, improve on them, and deliver the biggest blow. We won't promise you anything, but if we work together on this journey, you might be participating in something that the proudest thing ever in your life, and it is non-violent. That's what makes it so wonderful. And I'm inviting you. So we have doubting Thomases. Please don't doubt. See, when people say nonsense, okay, some of them are saying all these jargons or nonsense out of different experiences. A lot of people have bastardized this whole process. They have turned it into a mockery. They have made a joke of it. But guess what? We are not going to pretend that those didn't happen. They happened. But when we stay focused and deliver on our own mandate, it is going to be a matter of time. Even doubting Thomases will become one of our own mouth, what do you call it? They call them the mouthpiece out there. Yeah, that is possible. What you are doing right will convince your worst adversaries to say, I never thought it was this good. I was doubting you. I've been told that many times. And that is why when I go out, I go fully. I don't doubt myself. And I always encourage people around me, do not doubt what you are capable of doing. Be willing and ready to make mistakes. Please do. But be sincere, honest, and then transparent. And I'm glad that we are finding the people who have such commitment. Join us. It's not by force. It's voluntary. If you want to, okay? I'm going to let you go tonight, and I'm going to take us some other time, and then we will likely talk about this more, okay? The day we are going to start the fundraiser for this purpose. And thank you for joining me tonight. And if you are joining us midway, do yourself a favor, right? You can watch this from the start. It's quite interesting if you ask me. I'm going to see you some other time. So good night from here.
làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Mayegun diary politico.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Mayegun diary na him be number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Àyè.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣùgbẹ́ni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbẹ́ni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.